Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
True Digital Media Consulting. You're online right now and so are your customers, but marketing has to be a consistent journey. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your online ads, organic growth, and so much more. Contact us today at 832-934-4436 or visit our website at truedigitalmediaconsulting.com.
Smile Design Studios. Smile Design Studios, family and cosmetic dentistry, offers numerous treatments meant to maintain, heal, and customize your smile. Call us today at 281-969-7388 or visit our website at www.sdshouston.com.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hey, yo, what's up, my peeps? That's right. You landed on a channel that got the best content, the flyest guests, and just the dopest energy. So we can make sure you entrepreneur, you don't skin your knee up to the white meat like all of us did. We don't want that for you. Thank you guys for joining into Startup Masters. I'm your host, Kalia Guillory, also known as KG, and I'm so glad. I'm actually ecstatic that you came here because we are going to have an incredible show. I can already feel it in my blood. It's boiling over. If you guys want to follow me on all of my social media platforms, you can catch me on the gram, and Facebook, and even for my professionals on LinkedIn at KOGpassion.com. There you can grab me everywhere, even for my YouTubers at KOG Speaks TV. G,
what's up?
What's good?
You know what it is. What's up, good people? Welcome back to another great episode of Startup Masters. I'm your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Now, look, folks, we already told y'all. Y'all can go follow me anywhere online. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity, chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. And we always try to bring you the best of the best. Why? Because we want to make sure that your journey is better than the rest. We go through the trials and tribulations for you all to ensure that you don't have to. Just read our book. Watch the show. Listen to the audio. Do whatever it is. Envelop all of the things that we put out because we're here to help you all. And this particular episode has some meat and potatoes behind it. I'm ready to dive in. If you're ready to dive in.
Let's go.
Okay, let me tell this story. I've got a story, folks. We're sitting in a nice, beautiful studio, right? You know, it looks good. Lighting is right. It smells good. We got options in this place. But we didn't always have this. And when we didn't have this studio, this particular couple was at the crib where we used to record all of our shows. And they had a conversation with me outside upstairs of a very hot room after a very hot show about helping them create their own show. And at the time, I was not in a mental space or a physical space to be able to take on that burden or that load or that responsibility. So it made me uncomfortable. And if anybody knows anything about entrepreneurship, in uncomfortability is where there's change.
Listen.
That's where there's growth.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Give me some time to allocate the needs to bring this baby to life. And they did that. They stood by our side because it's a collective here at the Sphere. They stood by our side, and they were the first podcasters to sign up with us to record in our beautiful studio that wasn't always even beautiful when we started recording in it. So it's changed. It changed every day, and it's still changing. But I would like to officially welcome you all to the two mavens that brought this thing to life, none other than the CEO and founders of the Lifted Lifestyle, Mr. Chazz and Latasha Bailey. What's up, good people?
Thank you. That's the best intro I had this year. I appreciate it.
Well, this is what we do.
I mean, that's it.
Welcome to Startup.
Yeah. We just started it up then.
Exactly.
You know,
We're going to crank this thing up. This is how we do.
Yeah.
But I'm sincere in that, because if it wasn't for your belief and faith in what we were bringing to life and what we wanted to do for our culture, for everyone in general, but specifically our culture, this would not have happened in the timeline that it did. So you brought about something out of me specifically that helped me be a blessing to other people. And I want to say that publicly.
Wow.
Thank you all so much for that. Because if it wasn't for you, it may have not happened this way.
Wow,
Wow.
man.
We're
my
right.
heart is
Yeah.
full.
No.
Look, I done got all teary
Hey,
eyed.
come on. I'm just keeping it
Golly,
above.
man.
They lifted my lifestyle.
But you
We're gonna brand this thing today.
I'm not dropping no tears right now.
You see, we gotta
Not
show
gonna
this
do
thing.
it. Not gonna do
We
it.
gonna brand
Not
this.
gonna do it today.
We're gonna
But
brand
you
it.
know, I mean, Gary, it's like I told you, at your house,
Mhm.
you know, your passion, your vision is contagious.
Thank you.
And, you know, you didn't need us to come in. You just needed somebody to say, gee, you're tripping. This thing is bigger than right here. And you made this masterpiece.
Yeah.
If you guys have not been to the Sphere Network
You better
Studios,
come
you
through.
need to
Come
schedule a tour. If you want professionalism, if this is a well-oiled machine. So you need to get your podcast to the world via the Sphere. It's no better way to do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate
No better
that.
way.
I mean, y'all believed in the
gonna be
vision
a
when he
snippet.
didn't believe in the vision.
But I mean,
But
that's
the type of people you have to keep
That's
around.
the real rap.
That's it.
Woo.
Y'all
It was
believed
real.
in his vision before he
it was
believed
real
in
because energy is something that can't be contained.
Mhm.
Even though we have it in our bodies and shelf, we
Come
get
on.
metaphysical. But
Come
when we
on.
walked through those doors, I remember like it was yesterday. It was some kids down on the floor playing.
Mhm.
Somebody was in the kitchen cooking. It was a family on the seats.
Mhm.
Somebody recording upstairs, and you came
But
and
you
got us.
felt it.
But I felt it. I'm like, this is passion. You know, like
Can't
boom
fake
bap.
Yeah.
Hip hop started in a basement.
Come on.
You know, hey,
Yep.
and look at it, what it is now.
Exactly.
Everything starts in a basement. It starts with a notebook. And even though at the time you may have not believed how big it was,
Yeah.
as soon as we attach to a passion, no matter what your passion is, it's
because
gonna
you
go.
had the
It's
passion. You already had
it's
the
gonna go.
seed. We just threw a little water on that
That's
thing.
all it was.
You know,
Little
that's
water.
all. We just
Yeah,
threw a
little
little water.
That's all you need.
Shout out to E40. Sprinkle.
Sprinkle. There it is right there.
Yes.
But I mean, passion is something that you cannot buy,
Yeah.
and that is something that you definitely have had for this vision. You know, I'll never forget listening to you talk about, man, I think I want to do this. I'm like, okay. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's get this going. But you cannot buy that, and that's what I tell people. When you have passion like that, you gotta ride that momentum. You
have
gotta
to.
follow that thing through,
got
and
it.
it will lead you to where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of time people are like, I want to find my purpose. Find your passion, and it'll lead you to your purpose.
It's your
Exactly.
catalyst.
Exactly.
It
will
will. It's a
propel
conduit.
you
It'll
get
lead you
everything you
directly,
want.
where you need to go.
Come on.
directly there.
Yeah.
Listen.
Come on.
Listen. We,
Come on.
It's not a pause.
The doors of the church are now
We
open.
don't even need.
That's the word right there.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Invitation.
What's it? Is there one?
Is there one? Yes, yes, indeed.
Oh man.
So, man,
Where you at?
well,
You-
thank you all.
Oh,
And thank you.
Collected
Thank you.
effort, and it feels good to be surrounded by great minds
Yeah.
and people that are willing to move forward and fight through that passion. Let it be the fuel that we need, the catalyst that we need to bring about great change, not just for us, but we're doing it for community. For those that are listening right now, in your car, in traffic, you're listening via SoundCloud, or you're at home watching this on YouTube on your couch, we do this for you. We sow back into you because we believe in you sometimes more than you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Hold on to that. Hold on to that passion. You never know what it's going to sprout and bring to life. So, speaking of which, we want to talk about what you all have brought to life with the Lifted Lifestyle.
Okay.
Okay.
Here on this show, we like to take our entrepreneurs that are watching this, entrepreneurs in training, or our moguls in training watching this.
Hey.
We want to see that past situation. We want to talk about where things are at today. And of course, we always want to give them that 5, 10, 20-year outlook. Y'all ready to
Okay.
take this journey with us?
Let's go.
All right. Let me put my tech hat on for this one. Let's hop in this DeLorean. We're going to hit 88 miles an hour, go back into time.
Okay.
Like Marty
Marty
McFly.
McFly.
You know where
I
I'm
got
at.
my
You
Nikes
there.
on. I'm
You
ready.
there. You know where I'm at.
Let's go.
Talk to us. Talk to our viewership, those that are listening to this on Spotify right now. talk to us and let us know what was going on in you all's life when the idea of the lifted lifestyle came to fruition.
Okay, CEO.
Wow.
You got to take that one.
So the lifted lifestyle is my baby, literally. In 2013, I had just gone through like this tumultuous phase in my life, right? So I got to take you back to 2010.
Let's do it.
Let's go back to 2010. I went through a very hard breakup. It was one of those things where, it was toxic to say the least. And I was like, man, I'm falling apart. I really felt like sugar on the kitchen floor. I couldn't get all my pieces back together no matter what I was doing. And I called my friends over and I was like, hey guys, I'm having a girls' night in my house. It's going to be a little different. I got wine though. So, y'all come over. And I had been kind of thinking through this workshop of what I needed to find my healing, because there were a lot of people who were self-help gurus and all these things, but it wasn't what I needed. It wasn't real, transparent, authentic, like this is where I'm at. This is how you get to the other side of broken. So I put together a workshop, invited 8 women over to my house. We did the workshops and the energy in the room was electric. You could feel it. It was like, palpable. And then when they left, it was like, when is the next one? Okay. When is the next one? And I wasn't prepared for it. I was just trying to find something for myself and where I was in that time in my life. And then when they were like so invested in it, I said, okay, I'll have another one. But then it was like one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with these whole workshop things. So I kind of stopped doing it. Yeah. And then I moved to Texas, and people who had come to those first few workshops were like, hey, we need more workshops. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, nothing. And my friend Jocelyn said to me, and she was my water. She said to me, she said, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. And she said, I challenge you to pray about this. And if you don't come on the other side of this with a plan, fine. We'll let it be. And God was like, look, lady, I don't know what you thought this was.
Look, lady.
But, and the Lifted Lifestyle was born September 13th, 2013. And it became a real life business where it was just workshops in the beginning. It was just workshops where people would come to workshops, would have this great experience. But then it was like, I felt like I needed to give my audience more.
And I think that more is always important. But I want to put a pin on something you said, because I want to make sure y'all are listening. For those that are tuned in right now, you're listening to this somewhere on iTunes audio only. You're not watching the show. Think about this. Who's your water? Who's out there making sure that you grow? Who are you connected with that's challenging you to do something that puts you in an uncomfortable position? Those are things that you want to keep your mind on. Those are the prizes you want to keep your eye anointed to. So watch those things.
I mean, because really what it is that person who's your water would end up being your marketing team.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They are going to be the person and the people, the street team, whatever you need in this free marketing. And it's something that you don't necessarily have to sew into. But when we grow and we expand, because our exposure expands our expectations.
Ooh.
Sometimes we might need to hire a professional.
Sometimes.
Just so happen that this portion of the show, folks, is sponsored by True Digital.
There it is.
You're online right now, and so are your customers. The question is, how do you actively reach them? Marketing has to be a consistent journey, and we're here to walk with you every single step of the way. True Digital Media Consulting can help with website development, online ads, your business reputation, and organic growth on search engines. Give us a call today to discuss a customized strategy for your business at 832-934-4436, or send us an email to info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. Mention the Sphere to receive a free, free 30-minute strategy consultation. Shout out to our fellas over at True Digital Media Consulting.
Indeed.
Yes.
That water is so important.
So
yes,
important.
it is.
But something else you said that's really important.
Speak on it.
You gave your seed time to grow.
Yep.
You said 2010 and then
3 years.
2013.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about what was going on in those 3 years.
Okay. I was getting some training. I was doing workshops, and like I said, it was this experience where people would come and they would have this workshop experience, and it was great. But I felt like I needed to do more to be responsible to the people who were following me. You know, I feel like there are a lot of people who are coaches and teachers and liaisons that aren't getting training, so it's kind of like what they're giving is a little bit reckless. So I spent time.
We need the sound effects. Shots fired. Kid. Mike, please get us some gunshot sound effects. We gotta have those because those are shots fired. But that's important. Folks, professional development.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you continued education? Are you sowing into self?
Yes.
Yes.
If you're going to coach me, who coaching you?
Yeah,
Exactly.
And you know,
Mic
and,
drop. Can't have a
and listen, I say all the time that if you are following a coach, a teacher, a mentor who doesn't have a coach, a teacher, or mentor, get a new one. Get a new one.
Yeah.
Because that means that person thinks that they don't need to seek outside of themselves.
Exactly.
Woo! You know, so that's important to follow someone who can humble themselves to follow someone else and to grow and constantly develop. You know, if someone is telling you to constantly grow and develop and they're not doing the same or not willing to do the same, what does that really say about this person? You know, so that's what I was doing. I was getting some training and I was wrestling with that thing. If we're gonna be transparent,
Come on.
you know, I was
Please.
wrestling with it. I was like, man, you know, I felt inferior to it. I was like, this is bigger than me. I don't know. Like me teach other people. I was really trying to help myself. Like, you know, but
that's true.
My tribe was so instrumental in the Live Their Lifestyle coming to life because they would not let me off the hook. Oh no, ma'am. You said you had a plan. You said that God said this was it. You said no, ma'am. You know, and they kept calling me out on that thing. And you need those kinds of people to hold you accountable to your dreams and your vision when even you are too afraid to take that first step. Because, you know, there are going to be a lot of other people who got an opinion. When you get a vision and a business, everybody got an opinion.
Oh, yeah, they do.
You know,
Yeah.
but you need some people on your side to say, we're not listening to that. Forward movement.
Forward movement indeed.
Forward movement.
Exactly. Exactly. And that leverage that she created is similar to, as you said, with where we are now. This studio is based off the leverage because sometimes the people that believe in you, they don't let you slack up. It's that teacher you had that says, I know you can do better.
Yeah.
Right.
Pull you
Yeah.
aside
What is
after
this?
class. You know what's going on. I'm not going to call your mama. I'm going to get you.
Surely.
You know, that type of deal.
No.
This is not it. This is not it.
Not it.
It's
But
not
that
it.
leverage that's created by having great people around you allows you to be great in moments when you want to be complacent.
Ooh.
So, and that's what takes place.
That's what happens.
Fire.
too.
Takes
Look,
place.
and that's what happens.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was
Man.
flames. Yo, for those that are tuned in right now, we hope you are grabbing this content. Shout out to Kwanzaa, DJ Kwanzaa on the ones and twos, DJ Code Blue. We see you right now. What's up, Monique? We see you on the Facebook check-in. And, of course, there are a few others. Kenya, I see you in the building. And then Miss Lewis, I see you waving at us. We want to say what's up. Now, we love y'all.
But
We support y'all. We thank y'all so much. But guess what, folks? Facebook Livers, we got to cut this right here. You've got to go subscribe. So head over to sphere.tv/startup masters. We've got a few options for you, folks. You can follow us on iTunes. You can subscribe on SoundCloud, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Spotify. And, of course, you can even get us in your kitchen on your Amazon Alexa. We are anywhere and everywhere podcasts are found. Now, where you're at those sites, make sure you review us. Give us that constructive criticism because guess what? Iron sharpens iron. We want to know how to build a better show for you all. So let us know what you think. Hit those likes, those dislikes, those stars. Give us the info we need to continue to build great content for you. And, of course, while you're there, share it out. Share with your family, your friends. Share with your colleagues. Share with your loved ones. Share with your haters. Share with anyone and everyone that you know that needs this entrepreneurial gems that people are dropping on this table each and every week. And, of course, If you truly love what we're doing over here at the Sphere, sow a seed. Go over to thesphere.tv/donate. We've got a couple of options for you. You can donate one time around the website, or for those that truly love this content, you can become a Patreon-based donator and get some exclusive content and goodies that's just for you. So, show's not ending, folks, but make sure you go subscribe right here at the Sphere. So, let's keep this party rolling.
All right.
Okay.
Let's fast forward to today.
Okay.
When someone goes to the Lifted Lifestyle, when someone meets the Baileys, what kind of products and services, what kind of experience can they expect from you all?
Authentic. That's the first word comes to mind.
Talk
and
about
the reason I say authentic, because one thing Latasha says to me all the time, we have to be what someone else may want to be or want to look up to. So if we come into you as a mentor, we have to walk in the light of a mentor. So we have to be as a collective unit. We have to let you know that this is real. You know, we have the ups and downs, but the goals in life will be achieved because we're going to do it together. We're going to do it no matter what. And so when you see that, that allows a door to be open through personal marketing. So not necessarily, we're not trying to say we're trying to capitalize on this, but what you see is what you get, you know, and that's what we try to prove each and every day we walk on this earth, especially together. So that's the first step. And then the second step is when you come through the doors, we're going to let you know exactly what you're going to receive, and we're going to let you know what to expect. And we're going to open the door where you can ask any questions, no matter where your level of expertise is, because sometimes people may feel as if they're not in a place to be coached or in a place to come, or may feel kind of shame. No, you don't have to worry about that, because the atmosphere we try to create, we're just your friends. We're just your cousins. We're just your loved ones that's trying to assist you on your journey.
Love that, man.
Definitely,
And for those that are
definitely.
tuned into the video right now, we've got that up so you can actually see the website and get an idea of some of these products and services that are available from the Baileys. I just like saying the Baileys. I can say it as one.
She put a sign on it.
You see how she was looking at him?
Yeah,
She was like,
yeah.
"Oh, that's my husband."
yeah.
Go ahead, girl. That's your boo. That's your husband.
I'm still honeymooning, so you know, bear with me and bear with
You
me.
still
Keep
jonesing?
Yeah.
You still
Yeah,
jonesing?
just
It's all
bear
good.
with me. But I mean, the Lifted Lifestyle has built our brand on transparency. If we don't live it, we can't teach it, we can't coach it, we cannot hold you accountable to it. So, you know, we're not one of those people that's gonna be on social media saying one thing, living one way, and then behind closed doors living another way. We're very transparent about what it takes to develop yourself, whether it's personal development, whether it's professional development, group coaching, or as Chazz does, executive coaching. You know, we are very transparent to say, listen, this is what we do. This is how we do it. These are your goals. This is how we can support you. And if we can't do it, because sometimes we get people who are a little bit further removed from what we can do. So sometimes we have to refer them out. Like some people need to go to therapy. People confuse coaching and therapy a lot. So, you know, we'll say go to see these therapists that we recommend and talk to them and then come back to us.
Yeah.
Let us help you on your journey once you've got some healing. You know?
How do y'all manage the transparency piece of it, right? Because you live together
Yeah.
and you work together.
Yeah.
And supposedly, the theory is in our community, people who look like us can't do both.
Exactly.
You can over communication.
Over communication. And I'll take it a step further. It's something we say to sometimes our haters, etc., but staying in your lane.
Yeah, that's
I'm the
true too.
COO. I'm not the CEO. And I know that. And sometimes it comes an issue because she may say, well, I want to do what you want to do or something. But I understand as a COO, my name is not on the last dotted line.
Ooh.
And so I know how to walk in my own area. I know how to stay in my lane. And so staying in my lane, I consult everything with the CEO. And I know that as businesses break down and we take vows that this marriage can't. So then you have to manage that. So you have leverage all around.
All the way.
So I have people that look to us as this is the business that we're sowing into. And I have people that look to us as this is the family that we're sowing into. And we can't lose either one. So that's the leverage from the outside, that tribe that creates the greatness we try to live every day.
Family first, you know.
I'm over here punch drunk. I'm punch drunk off of all this. Yeah, this day show. Yeah, I'm done. I'm out of here. Yeah,
Y'all are hilarious.
punch drunk over here.
Y'all are hilarious.
So obviously, because you have such a a joined recipe for success through business, through your personal life and endeavors, and you're constantly sowing back into others to lift their lifestyle, what are y'all doing for self to kind of sow back into your own bucket, so to speak, to make sure your cups are always on full? What do y'all do behind the scenes when there aren't any cameras and lights involved?
Well, I'm a firm believer and you can't pour from an empty cup. So you got to take care of yourself first. I'm a spa kind of girl.
Talk
I
about it.
love the spa. So I'm always trying to go to the spa and just disconnect. We have a date night every week where it's absolutely digital free. There are no cell phones.
That's important.
There's no social media. It's just me and him. Intentionally connecting. And then, of course, like I said, I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to do all the frills stuff. And then meditation. I take time to just sit with my own thoughts and make sure that I'm not spiraling. I go to therapy. I go talk to my coaches. I make sure that I'm doing the work for me as well as, giving.
Yeah, that's important. That's highly important. And I say the same thing. Overall, self-care. That's one of the first things we teach others is that make sure to prioritize yourself. So self-care is number one on the list. But if I'm not taking care of myself, how can I teach you to take care of yours? And so I think, because I love sports and everything, and like, for example, what comes to mind now, LeBron just went to the Lakers. And one thing LeBron said a few years ago, he wanted to be coached by an NBA coach. Someone that knew the ins and outs of the games to take him to a higher level. He has the greatest talent that probably ever walked on the court, but these people that walk these hallways can teach him a little more.
Sure.
And so taking that personally and saying, okay, I'm living this as well. I'm traveling. I'm doing these things. It's possible. It's obtainable. And I'm sowing into myself. Though I'm sowing into you, I want you to sow into yourself as well. So then we can go on this journey together. And maybe when you get that next flight, you can bring me along.
Right?
Simple as like
right?
that.
I mean, because what also falls under, for me, self-care is health and wellness.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I mean, that's so important. And I feel like we're going to peel that onion a little bit more. But what got me in the health and wellness vein is you talked about therapy and you smiled.
Yes.
We should be able to smile and say, hey, I'm going to therapy. But when we smile, we should also be confident that our smile is on point.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
And
yes,
if y'all are not really confident with your smile, guess what? KG got you, because this portion of the show is sponsored by, you guessed it, Smile Design. Studios is here. So Smile Design Studios, family and cosmetic dentistry, offers numerous treatments meant to maintain, heal, and customize your smile. If you're not sure what you need, don't worry. Dr. Ellis and her team are happy to meet with you to go over your patient history and goals and offer your professional recommendations. The Smile Design Studios makes you smile. Call us today at 281-969-7388 or check out our website at www.sdshouston.com to schedule your appointment today. All new patients receive a free gift and $50 off your first dental treatment. Smile Design Studios looks forward to providing excellent care for you and your family. Shout out to Dr. Ellis.
Doing a thing.
Also, check him out on Docs, y'all. If you're interested in getting some more content there, it's also
They're
on
doing great
Sphere.
things over there, Docs.
Yeah.
Great things. Few
Yeah, it's an awesome show.
new doctors have joined the roster. They are excellent. I ain't seen some ride-alongs.
I was scrolling. They was up in my feet. I was like, they doing it from the car.
They doing it. I mean, it's, yeah, they on some. They on a, come on, they on a whole
That's
nother.
next level
on a
right
level.
there.
That's new
exactly.
level.
Yes.
They to that level up.
They
level
out
up
of
to
them
it.
itchy beds.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, check out Docs, man. They crazy. Now, I've got a question that often comes up when we talk about how to position businesses, especially with people that you're close with, and how that relationship should work. Are there things that you all consider off limit when it comes to handling business matters, whether it's a specific time of the day? Is it a specific topic that only can be discussed in this particular form of fashion? Do you have boundaries or things that are set aside in your home where we have conversations here about this, but we don't bring this out of this room? Like, what have you strategically put in place to kind of have the compartmentalization between the work life of the Lifted Lifestyle and your personal marriage?
That's a good question.
It's family first. You know, we make sure that we are solid. At the end of the day, if we have to cancel everything until we're solid, that's what we do. You know, we take care of us first, because when we are in the best position, then so is our business.
Sure.
You know,
Ooh, yeah.
there is necessarily no point where we're like, okay, we're not going to discuss that there, because we're transparent and we're honest, but we're also, you know, smart enough to take care of ourselves first, to guard our communication, and to say, okay, he'll really call me by the time, like, babe, you've been working too much. Like, turn it off. Like, turn it off.
That's so
So,
necessary.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
so I was like, you know what? Okay. And after a while, I'm like, you know, still kind of doing my thing. And I noticed he was annoyed by it. So 10 o'clock, listen, everything is off. You know, I don't work at all past 10, and that's he gave me a little grace, you know, to get to 10 o'clock. But it's communicating our needs. You know, I don't like it when I feel like I need, you know, leading with those, with those kind of statements up front, and then honestly, as the communication partner, doing the work to hear your partner say that. So that we can do that in our home, then we can do it in business. You know?
And
that's
so,
how we can stay in our lanes. And I can say, well, you deal with the finances and you deal with the operation, and he lets me be the creative and the lead, you know, because we communicate.
And I think what's key, and especially, you know, just if you're not married or anything of that nature, but understanding the fact of that we're walking in this together, and understanding your employees or your coworkers. You have to understand that, because when we first started, my mindset is more so of organizational side, where this goes over here, that goes there, this goes there. But if she doesn't operate in that fashion, then we're going to have a rift. And so I have to reach out and ask her the question, the I statements of, well, how do you see this? Well, this is the way I see it, but also listen to it, but put application to it. So now that I understand how she operates, I set up my operation around her so she can be the best she can, while I'll be the best that I can, and we achieve together. And I think that's one thing that is missed a lot of times in business, is that, all right, I got the vision, I got the idea, here's my company, I'm hiring these great people, but it never works out. Because you don't understand that, let's say you have a cooking business, you have a guy on the fries when he's great at burgers, and you have the person on burgers that's good at fries. And you got to mix that up, not just because you like the way he shake the fries. You got to mix it up and understand what his capabilities is to be the best he can be when he's trying to be the best.
What this fella here is telling you multiple times, and he said it so many different ways. He skinned the cat so many different ways, y'all. Leadership.
Come on.
Yes.
Shout out to McDowell's. Come on.
Next week he on the fries.
Next week he on the fries. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Exactly.
And I think that's poignant and precise. I think a lot of times people have issues delegating or adjusting responsibilities to put the best people in the best positions.
Yes.
And that can be crucial to the make it or break it point of your business.
Definitely.
I agree. And, you know, a short point is that a lot of times I've seen in my career where people would hire people to solve a problem, but you tend to hire a person just like you. And if you couldn't figure it out yourself and you hire somebody just like you, how you going to figure it out? So think outside of the box. If I'm straight suit and tie, I may need to hire a t-shirt guy. Because he see the world a little different. He can solve these problems a little differently, but we can still get along at the foundation. And so I think a lot of times if you want to look like you and act like you, you're going to have the same result.
Ooh, that's good.
That's good. Because we often we forget that diversity isn't just exclusive or inclusive to skin color.
Yes, it is.
No, it's in your brain.
And
Simple.
Chazz and I are polar opposites. You know, we are if you think of everything, we're the exact opposite of one another, polar opposites. So we have a very good balance. You know, I'm all thoughts and creative, and he all business timelines and
Structure.
spreadsheets, you know,
You playing around with unicorns and he
Yeah,
over here
you
like
know?
that ain't real.
Ain't real. It's called
Unicorn
a
weighs 130 pounds.
Yeah, no. It's called a rhino. You know what I'm saying? That is not. It don't fly. You know. It's a rhino. It's not a unicorn.
So it's good balance in the fact that, you know, I expand his creativity and how he paints in colors, but he brings me back into the lines and making sure that, you know, we're getting all our timelines. So that's how come our business has grown so much since the inception of us, is because we have so much more balance. There was a lot of organizational systems that I didn't have, but you know, when you marry an MBA, he comes in guns blazing like, look, we need to get this. I want to see the P&Ls every week. I'm like, excuse me, sir, a what? And he's like, you know, he did great things for making our business more scalable.
Sure.
You know, it was a good product, you know, and I was doing great things as far as exposing and changing people and coaching and all that. But he was like, nah, we need to go bigger.
And ain't nothing wrong with going
Yeah,
bigger. And you need the exposure
Hey.
when you're
Exactly.
ready to take your business to the next level. Speaking of exposure, this particular portion of the show is sponsored by some folks that can help your exposure go global. And that's us right here at the Sphere. So, are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Exposure.
Exposure.
That's what
Yes.
it's about.
That's true. That's true.
Come on.
Systems.
Can
Yeah.
we peel the onion back a little bit?
Okay, let's do it.
go
Let's
back.
do it.
What's your top 3 systems that you would say this NBA brain over here
Yeah.
introduced to you, and it was life changing, business changing?
I would have to say acuity, scheduling,
Come
you
on.
know, outsourcing that, having a system where people they ain't got to call my phone to schedule, you know, and they can pay when they schedule, you know, so I don't have to hunt you down for no
Glory.
What's the name of that?
Acuity.
AcuityScheduling.com.
Yeah, we gonna say
know
it too
about
much.
that
but
one.
the
It's
show
in
ain't brought
place.
by them.
Yeah,
Don't
look,
say it too much.
Acuity, you
Now,
might
shout
want
out
to
for
call
you.
some
Get out
folks.
there. Yeah, you might
Yeah.
want to jump on the
Yeah.
I might
train.
want to call. I might want to get some brand ambassadors
Look,
over
that's all
there.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Spell acuity from
Ace.
offline.
Yeah.
Offline.
I'm gonna
Offline.
text you a
Let's
link.
take
I
that
got
offline.
you.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Coins.
I see you, Acuity. I
Let's
see
see you.
you.
We waiting on
But being able to schedule and outsource that and have them be able to take care of, you know, all the financial stuff when you scheduling, emailing system, a system to outsource and schedule them emails so that go on out. And then he's the money manager. So, you know, P&Ls and all those other things he have with making sure that we're okay, this is how much is coming in. Okay, we're going to put this over here so that it goes directly to marketing and those kinds of things. Invaluable.
Structure.
Yeah, structure.
So
Just
important.
simple, but it's twofold because sometimes being a person in business, working, getting out of the corporate matrix, you tend to have tunnel vision. And so in this avenue, living in my purpose with the lifted lifestyle, you can't have tunnel vision. You can't cut anything off. Everything is on the table. And especially in today's society, things are changing rapidly every second, you know, and you have to be available for it. And you can't say, well, this is the way, this is the truth, this is the light. No, it's a lighthouse over here. It's a bulb over there. We got a nest now. You know, you got all of that. You know, you know?
Right, you got
We
several
got
options.
options.
Yeah, you have several options, and you have to be available for all of that. And it's not like you say, it's not two ways to skin the cat and all of that. So it's just basically being able to shape shift to wherever your need is.
Love that.
Yeah.
Pivot.
Come on. Come on.
Pivot.
Come on.
Yes,
Pivot.
I love a
Yes.
pivot.
Speaking of which, as we pivot our conversation, Let's talk a little bit about this 5, 10, 20-year plan. Where do
Okay.
we see the lifted lifestyle in the year 2020, 2030? What's going on?
Well, I see it is in an area of growth. So let's say 5 years. In 5 years, being a solid household name, a recognizable name. And also, I want us as a collective unit and everyone we touch, like something you said earlier, smile when you say therapy. Smile when you say I need a coach, because sometimes, especially in our culture, we're taught to turn our backs and frown upon that, and not knowing that that's something we need. And sometimes we turn to substances and all these things when we really don't need that. We just need love. We just need encouragement. We just need an accountability part. So leaning on that, where we can teach that through workshops, we can teach that through the people we meet, our clients, etc., and growing into a household name. And then when we navigate to that tenure area, we're solid. We have a solid foundation across the country, across the world, but we also have ambassadors that are not only just brand ambassadors, but also going out and doing the work, giving them a platform, motivating, empower them to go out and do the work that they can reach. Something similar like Gary said with the podcast. He had something because he wanted something for the culture. And this is something, no matter what your show is on the Spear, you can do that. We have a doc show, Boom Bap, Startup Masters. We have all of this. And so that's different brains in different lanes. So when you think about that, you have multiple avenues, and we want to help do the same thing and create people to follow in that lead. And then when I'm thinking about that 20-year, I want to be in a boat going off into the sunset.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
But understanding that the legacy that's been led,
Come on, legacy.
that's been left behind by those particular ambassadors, by possibly children, etc., that it's going to keep running. It's going to be a well-oiled machine. So the world is going to be better because of something we planted. And it may not be called the lifted lifestyle. Somebody may branch off and create their own. That's great, because their lifestyle was lifted in a way they can lift others. So at that point, we're seeing growth all across for the next foreseeable future.
Change agents.
Yes.
Change
With
agents.
legacy.
We have some products that the Lifted Lifestyle is turning 5 in September. So we're going to be, expanding and taking our service-based business to a product side. So we're going to be launching some products that I think will help us scale and really manage our global audience. 'Cause we've been getting some crazy feedback. In 2017, we put a book out, Find Your Tribe and Break Bread, and got great results from all across the world. And we weren't really prepared for it, So now,
That's usually how it goes.
That's how it goes. Like, when you put something good out, it's going to sell. It's going to sell. She woke up one morning and it was an Amazon bestseller. And
literally.
we went to sleep and was just trying to buy something off Amazon.
That's true. That's true. Like,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
we literally overnight. But that's a lesson for all of you entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We were able to make Amazon's bestseller list with just me and him.
Exactly.
No marketing team, no big major corporate backing, just grassroots bootstrapping our business. And so be encouraged with that. But, as far as our growth goes, we want to take that momentum, put it into some products, and help our business scale so we can hand it over to the next generation of coaches and personal development powerhouses and say, hey, here's the system.
Here you go.
What's next?
Yeah, and one thing, not to keep on this, but one thing that always come to me in this light, in this arena, is that being a coach of any kind, you're not in competition with other coaches. And that's one thing I think gets lost.
Oh, my
because
God.
we're in personal development. So you may get development by someone else, but guess what? You've been developed.
Right.
You made the world a better place, and you can do it yourself. So why should we be in competition? Like, it's no competition. Like, if you over here and doing these great things, we want to sponsor that.
real.
We want to be a part of that. Not to say
Collaborate.
we
We
want to
wanna
make
sow
some money
into
off it.
that.
We want to sow into it because you just found a lane and you're helping people, and people are growing because of that. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the dollar in the bank account. It's about the investment poured into these people, because that may be the next Bill Gates that can pour into a whole world. So you never know what you can do with a little seed, a little word. You never know, and that's the passion.
I mean,
That is the
that's
passion.
the hook, man. Like, that's the life hack right there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I hope y'all got that.
Come on.
But did you? I'm gonna give it to you one more time, just in case. I know we dropping them like they bombs. Relationship currency.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
That's what we're talking about at this table.
Exactly.
Everything we've talked about from the moment we started was relationship currency.
Exactly.
Not the kind that jingle fold, folks. The kind that will continue on with your legacy.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely,
exactly.
definitely.
Exactly.
The kind that multiplies, you
Yes.
know, because when we talk a lot of time, Chazz will say, you know, we want compounded interest in our money.
Come on, G.
Yeah.
Calm down, G.
Hey.
Calm down. Let's
That-
speak in
Yo.
language.
Hey, look.
You speak
Wait,
in
wait.
language.
No,
That
but
ROI.
But
we
but
talked about it last week. What we
taking
said,
it a
how do
little
we
bit
do it?
further,
How do we do it?
taking it compound interest in your money to compounding interest in your relationship.
That's right.
Now, real quickly, because I know we got to wrap here
Yeah.
pretty soon. Can y'all just real quickly share with our audience, just in case they're not familiar with what compounding interest is?
Sure. That's basically in terms of when we talk about relationship in terms of finance, is basically you have an investment here, investment pool, and out of that investment pool, other investment pools are created. So your money is making money tenfold. And so the way we switch it to relationship, because now that we join the sphere and our relationship are
on,
rubbing
plug.
shoulders with, you
Come
know,
on, plug.
with Gary here, now we're in a relationship with you. We're in a
Already?
relationship with Mike. Because
Already?
that's compounding interest on our
Come
relationships.
on.
So now I'm
Yes.
connected to Mike's
Come
friends.
on.
I'm connected to your friends. And that's what you do. Energy builds on other energy, positive.
And it's reciprocal.
And it's reciprocal.
You know, it's reciprocal because
reciprocity.
then, you know, Gary came in and he said, okay, well, look, this is what you need to do to be camera ready. This is what you need to do to run your
Exactly.
podcast, which helped us in some other avenues that we had.
Exactly.
But we didn't know that. So then what we did was just like, such and such, you need a show on the sphere. Like, you know, you know, so
That
you
connection.
have to sow into one another
Exactly.
with the intention of just giving, with an
Just
open
giving.
hand,
Yeah,
not
that's all it
looking
is.
to receive anything, but trusting that if you give with an open hand and you operate with the spirit of giving and gratitude, all that is for you will come to you.
Simple as that.
That's a boomerang.
All that's for you will come to you.
Simple
Come
as
on.
that.
Come on, folks.
Ooh-wee.
Oh my, oh
man.
my, oh
Come on,
my.
G.
Come on.
Come on.
But I do have one question.
Okay.
One final question for you. Because all that's for you
Yeah,
will come for you.
exactly.
But let's say someone came to take away that 5, 10, 20-year plan. Let's say someone came to take away the different processes put in place to make sure the business runs more trimmed and streamlined, more efficient for not just clientele, but for you all internally. Let's say someone came to take away all the design aspects and schemas, all the hard work and nights put together to make sure the website comes out the way that you want it to, that the products are listed in the right form and fashion, the way that the customer experience has been shaped and gifted by you all.
Yeah.
Let's say all of those things are erased and we slide you some seed money to rebuild the lifted lifestyle.
Okay.
How would you build it this time around that you didn't build it the first time?
Wow.
That's an amazing
That is
question.
an
That's an amazing
question.
question. And my initial answer to that
Mm-hmm.
is no matter how much money someone gives you, if you lose it all, you have to stay who you were. And so staying who you were, understanding what built this, where my passion came from to lead this to happen. And also, as we talked about compound interest on relationship, those people that you built around, they're going to still be around you if that positive energy is there. They're going to say, when you're building that castle, they're going to say, no, you remember this is how you did it that time. They're going to be the Benjamin Banneker that rebuilt the
Come on.
White House. They're
Talk
going to be
about it.
all of that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so that's why it's all about how you operate. That's why you say never burn any bridges, because you might need to go back.
It's important.
And
Come
so understand who you are. Don't let a dollar change you, and understand what drives you. Though you may be discouraged if you lose everything, but if you did it once, I guarantee you can do it twice.
Yep. The only thing that I think that I would do different or add is I think I would have hoped for those products sooner. You know, when you're a service-based business, a lot of times you're bound by how much you can give by yourself.
Sure.
You know, and how big you can grow by yourself. I think I would have worked on products sooner and delegated a lot sooner.
Love
You
that.
know, got out of the way and trusted that I can hand the ball off to such and such, and they're going to do what I asked them to do for my business. I think those of us that are creatives, a lot of times we're like, okay, this is my baby. You can't. No.
Nobody
I'm
gonna
not
hold
ready
my baby
yet.
like me.
I'm not ready. Yeah, you know.
That's how it goes.
We get that mama mentality, and we're
Very
just
true.
like, you know. But I think that had I learned to delegate sooner, you know, we would be even a bigger brand than we are now, and I would not have been so afraid of products. Because once you start looking into products, you can't do them all by yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you gotta outsource production.
Yeah.
You gotta outsource, you know, all of those things that come with product manufacturing. That intimidated me so much before. So I think that had I had an investor come in earlier and be like, okay, here's all the money in the world. What are you gonna do? I think I would have built a solid team sooner.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to fall. Because
Oh, yeah, 'cause
like
that's
you
true,
said,
too.
You around your friends and you're around your family. It's kind of like when you say, "Mom, I'm going off to school. I'm going away. I'm going to be great." And let's say it don't work out. My mother and grandmother always say, "Well, your room is still gonna be here."
Listen.
So understand that in the beginning. If you have those true people around you and those people that believe in you, I'll say it just like this in closing. Gary, if this didn't take off the way it did, I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been mad. I
Would have been at the house.
We still would have been
house.
we all
Recording.
would have been right there at the
I
house.
would have said, "What can I do to help?" Like
the green
I seen
curtain
this,
in the
and I've
back.
been
Yeah.
researching.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Getting
been right there, and I've been
Getting it.
researching on my own. Like, hey, I saw this. I don't know if it can work, but you know, just because it's something I believe and attached to, and it may not work the first time, but guess what? If it don't work, we still gonna be riding with you.
It's something about the spirit of taking shots, and some of those shots miss, and people see you get back up.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
almost
resilience.
encouraging and inspiring other people. Like, dang, well, man, KG tried this, but it didn't work out. Or G tried that, and it didn't work
Yeah.
out. The Baileys tried this, and it didn't work out, but they still got up, and look what they have now.
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to be transparent about your trials in business.
Exactly.
Because one of the biggest things that I learned is when you aren't afraid to talk about the lessons you've learned and the things that have come in your journey, someone might come along and say, "Oh, I got a solution for that." But if you're too afraid to talk about the struggles that you're having, because especially us in our communities, we don't want anyone to know what we're doing, first of all. And then we don't want anyone to know we're not doing it well, you know, second of all. So no one can come along and help us and shape us. Don't be afraid to say, listen, I need to know more about this. Do you know somebody who can help me with that? I went to Lisa Nichols training, and she did a whole
Lisa Nichols.
Yes.
Love me some Lisa.
And listen, if you can ever go to her training, go. It was invaluable. Her and Susie Carter, who is her COO.
right woman. Her
I'm
right-hand
talking
woman.
about COO changed my entire perspective on business. And one of the things that she said was, had you not told me that, I couldn't help you. Had I not been in a place to be transparent, I'd have missed my blessing, like straight up.
Yeah.
But you never know who is willing to help you.
Exactly.
True, not everyone is going to be on your team. Not everyone is going to want to see you win. But you never know who wants to see you win until you open yourself up and say, this is what I need.
This is what I need.
Mic drop.
That's it, folks. I mean,
Yo.
what else is there to say?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, we could go on and on and on for. I could be here another couple of hours, but
Chazz and Latasha Bailey,
y'all,
the lifted lifestyle. My God.
Yay.
My
Say it
God.
again.
Because of the things that you have been through, because of the lives that you've changed, because of the spirit, the dexterity, the tenacity, everything about you all, the camaraderie that you have, not just in business, but in your personal relationship. Because of what you all have built and are continuing to build, we would like to officially coin you both Startup Masters.
Hey.
Please let anyone exactly, right? Let anyone and everyone that's tuned in right now know where they can reach you, contact you, send a smoke signal, check your website, everything.
Well, you can find me on the internet, of course, at theliftedlifestyle.com. You can also find me on Instagram and all social media at Tasha Spoon, and on Twitter at Love the Lifted. And the Lifted Lifestyle's official accounts are at The Lifted Lifestyle, but I am at Tasha Spoon.
Yeah, and I'm at Chazz Bailey on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm the creator of opportunities. And, of course, our home is theliftedlifestyle.com, so we're both there waiting for you. So let's do it.
There it
Did
is.
you hear that tagline?
Hey, come on. Come on.
Creative opportunity.
You like that?
Oh,
Get your
boy.
lifestyle
COO.
lifted.
That's the COO.
That's what the fella does.
Right
Put that
on.
NBA to work.
Come
man.
on.
Yes.
Come on. KG, where can the good people reach you at?
Good people, you can catch me on the website. That's the easiest way to go. KOGpassion.com. And there you can catch me on IG, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, as well as my YouTubers at KOG Speaks TV. What about you, G?
Good people, you know what it is. Anywhere and everywhere. At G Hawkins, that's G Hawkins with the Z, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity chatting. Of course, if you got any questions about what we do here at the show, shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or hit us across any social media platform at the Sphere TV. Hop in those DMs, use the hashtag StartupMasters, and we will definitely get back with you. This has been another
one.
godly episode. Woo! We will see you all next time.
Thank
Take
y'all.
care.
Take care.
Bye.